attic shelves, we choose just one, not to rush into usefulness, but to live with it a while, to see what it asks of us and what it quietly offers in return. Hey crafty friends, thanks for joining me here in the attic. Today marks the beginning of a monthly rhythm we'll be keeping here in the attic. One we'll return to again and again each month for 2026. From the Attic Shelves is a new series I'm starting, but it actually started a bit before we've ever met here today on YouTube. Each month, I'm going to be choosing 2 collections from my attic shelves and share them in my Facebook group so everyone there can help decide on which one I'll work with next. The voting for the kits opens on the 3rd Monday of each month, and once that choice is made, I'll set it aside and it'll be waiting for us to come back. So when we gather here on the 1st Saturday of every month, we're not deciding anything. We're just getting familiar with what this kit holds. This is where I'll pull everything out, talk through what's included, choose some ink colors that I feel like might be a good match for the kit, and then think out loud about what I might be adding from my own stash to help build out the kit a little bit more for the projects I'm going to be making. Then I'll let the month of crafting unfold. I'll be back here on the last Saturday of every month to share what that kit turned into, the pages that were made, the ideas that took shape, and to take a look at what's left on the craft table once the making has all settled down. With all of that said and done, we can now turn our attention to this month's kit on the table. This time around, the group leaned garden side. Vintage Weathered Garden by Simple Stories rose to the top of the poll, but it was a very narrow win against Lady Vagabond from Stamperia, which makes it feel all the more meant to be for this very first collection in this series. So what I'll be doing each month in the first video is we'll take a look at what I have for that collection kit. I have been crafting for well over 30 years. Yes, I'm telling my age here a little bit, but that's okay. And throughout that time, I've gone through a lot of different paper crafting things. I've done scrapbooks, junk journals, card making. I've collected a lot of paper crafting supplies. I've even joined a few monthly membership kit clubs, and that's where this kit comes from. And so with that, every kit collection I have will not be the same. It will not have the same materials every time. We'll be working with different things. I may have a very large kit. Some of them may be a lot smaller. So let's take a look at what Simple Vintage Weathered Garden has. This is a kit club that I was a part of from the scrap room. I will tell you, the first thing I have here is a snap flip book. This was not part of that kit. This was something I picked up that did match the kit, but I picked this up when Tuesday Morning was going out of business, so I won't have something like this for every kit. But this is just a little snap flip book, and let's take a look at what it's got in it. It says it's got 10 pocket pages in various sizes, and it's basically just a chipboard style flip book that's already bound together. It's got like a snap-in mechanism here to add or subtract pages. And it's got the clear pocket page style sheet protectors in it. So that's the first thing we have. And then for what was in the kit from the scrap room, I will have the link down in the description box for the scrap room if you'd like to go over and take a look at their kits. I am not currently a subscriber to the scrap room monthly kits, as I started building up a collection that I just wasn't able to work through every month, but their kits are packed with goodies, and I don't think you would be disappointed if you wanted to join their membership. But this is what we've got for their kits. They came with 2 pieces of coordinating cardstock. This is a basil. I think the name of it is Fig Swirl. That's the only name I could find on here that looked like it might be the name of a color. So that we've got 2 sheets of that, and then we've got 3 pieces of patterned paper for that kit. The first one is called Hello Lovely. It is a beautiful floral, looks like gardenias with maybe some wild rose blossoms in the background. And then on the other side, it is like the illustrated botanicals, newsprint kind of thing with vintage tape. And this one is called Every Little Thing. It's got that beautiful pale green background with some faint writing script in the back. It's distressed. That's what I love about the Simple Vintage line from Simple Stories. I love the distressing and stuff for those kits. And we've got some butterflies. On the back of that is a green gingham pattern that is distressed. And then we've got the page I Love You More, and it is a wood grain background with heart-shaped florals with some mixed media look in the background. And then on the back we've got the distressed and weathered striped pattern. So that's what we've got for our patterned papers. I'm going to just pull this back so my camera's got something to focus on. And let's see here so I can show you the next parts of this. With their kits that you get each month, you would get some embellishments. This one came with some foam stickers, and then it came with some more embellishments. We've got some enamel dots in that like beautiful pale green. Got some word strips, and then we've got die cuts, butterfly, more word strips, hearts. Got this circle, almost looks like a washer. It says you are amazing. Got more florals. Got a ticket, another butterfly, some green foliage, a tag, and lastly a small die cut flower. So the ink colors I picked to go along with this kit, let me slide this off so that we can take a look at the inks and show you kind of why I picked these colors. Let's take the side and let's pull this out. The first one I picked was Bundled Sage, and I thought that went really well with the lighter greens in the kit and also these little enamel dots. The second one is Forest Moss, and it pulls out the darker, deeper greens and can be used for some shadowing. And then the final one is Antique Linen, and I picked that for this weathered look that they have behind this heart. It blended really well with the antique linen. And how I pick those a lot of times is I have a swatch book that I have all my inks swatched out. And again, when I'm picking ink colors, they may not match identically. Like, let's take a look at Forest Moss. Let's find Forest Moss. They're wanting to stick together here. There we go. Like, where I've got Forest Moss swatched out, it is not exactly this color, but it blends well with the colors and tones in these images. The same thing with the Bundled Sage. Again, it's not the exact colors in the kit, but it does pull out those lighter shades in the kit and did work really well with those enamel dots. And then the final one was the antique linen, and there's the swatch for that. Again, it is not the exact shade, but does blend really well with those, with the shading and stuff that's in these images. So that's how I pick my ink colors. I will probably be doing some background ink blending on some of this cardstock that we've got here. So I've gathered my blending brushes. I also grabbed this washi tape that I think this came from Cora Create Crafts, but it I thought worked beautifully with, let me grab my flip book here, those butterflies and the writing that's in the background of a lot of these pages. I thought this would work with that. So for this series, what I'm doing is I will be working on this kit all month. I won't be doing these things on camera. I will be just letting the creativity come as it comes. Brainstorm ideas. Again, they won't all be the same ideas. I won't always have a flip book. So some of them, all my kits won't always be the same. I might have some really large collection kits that have tons of material. I might have some that only have a couple of pieces of pattern paper. So different ideas will come based on that brainstorming of what I have left for that collection, and then see what I can make with that. I will probably be adding things for my stash, like ephemera pieces, die cuts, things like that, to create the different projects that I might be making. Sometimes it might be one project. It might be like an album or a journal. Sometimes it might be a mass making of ephemera to use later on with other journals. The sky's the limit with this series. There's no right or wrong way of what we'll be doing here. And I hope this will give y'all some inspiration to dig through your stash, take a look at what you have, and let's see what we can come up with. So before we leave today, I'd love for y'all to be a part of the shaping of what's going to go on here. If there's something you'd like to see me make with this collection, a journal style, ephemera makes, sketches you'd like to see possibly in this little flip book in our pocket pages, or any specific kind of project, feel free to leave those ideas down in the comments. I love getting inspiration from the Attic family. Sometimes we all need that little burst of creativity that comes from a friend that says, try this. And if you'd like a say in what kit comes down from the shelves for us to work with next month, you're always welcome to come join us in the Attics Facebook group. I will have that link down in the description box. And that's where all the voting is going to happen each month, starting again on the 3rd of every month. And that's just a lovely way for y'all to help guide me in what's coming next. So be sure to hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I put up the video of what this kit finally turned into. So until then, y'all keep making room for magic. I'll see y'all again soon, and as always, y'all take care.